Yes, thank you. I got it. I'll definitely buy your course. $1 million? That's fine. What matters to me is being happy and successful. Thanks again. Hello everyone, I'm Aygul Mukey and you are watching Zaman Trend on Silkway. Today we are diving into a topic that's been making waves for quite some time now. It is something that sparks debate, draws criticism, yet carries a serious name: info products business. Millions of people around the world seek knowledge, chasing success, wealth and happiness. And just as many are ready to sell that knowledge. Today we are going to figure out what exactly are info products. The history of info products as a business traces back to the early days of the internet, though distance learning itself has been around for much longer, in the form of courses by mail and other remote education methods. It is hard to pin down an exact starting point since it evolved gradually over time. But we can definitely spot some key turning points. CDs and courses by mail. Back in the day, that's how the first info courses were distributed. Most of them focused on specific skills like software training or website development. The quality and structure weren't always great, but they laid the groundwork for what would later become a massive industry. Then came the first online platforms, allowing creators to develop and distribute digital courses. These early platforms were pretty basic, but they made it easier to reach a wider audience and simplified content delivery. Specific niches. At this stage, info products were often centered around highly specific topics where there was clear demand, things like programming, marketing, or design. Next came technological advancement, which took online courses to the next level. Better tech meant higher quality, more interactive info products. Video lessons, online quizzes, and direct interaction with instructors became possible. The spread of high-speed internet made online education more accessible and convenient. Specialized platforms emerged for creating and selling info products, making the whole process smoother. And as more people embraced online learning, trust in info products grew as well. Now we are in the modern era from 2010 to today. Social media and influencer marketing have completely taken over, to the point where everything that came before feels almost obsolete. And what exactly is being sold in these info products? Pretty much anything you can imagine, from pickling cucumbers to personal growth and investing. Well, of course, courses are more affordable because traditional education is expensive. Plus, they are quicker. You can get through info products much quicker. Nowadays, you can even train to be a designer or marketer. Madina Akhmetova has been helping business grow on social media for 11 years. She teaches strategies for effective sales and promotion. She believes info products are a valuable supplement to traditional education, especially in fields that traditional education doesn't yet cover. From her own experience, she's seen that courses on financial literacy, investing, and SMM are often quicker and easier to take online. I want to share my own story. I have a law degree. I spent 4 years studying law. After working in the field for 10 years, that's quite an achievement, I realized it just wasn't for me. And you can imagine how shocked my family and friends were when I completely switched careers and moved into marketing. They were like, how could you do that without any formal education? But I took info products and realized there were online job opportunities. I had a young daughter at that time, and I want to spend more time with her. So I traded traditional education for courses, got certified and became a specialist. It's been 11 years now, and I've been earning a living doing what I love. I think people are buying info products mostly in areas that traditional education doesn't cover. For example, I've taken info products on financial literacy and smart investing. Those weren't part of my schooling. The same goes for SMM and targeted ads. I never saw that kind of content in traditional education. Even people with marketing degrees came to my courses because they didn't learn how to apply marketing at university. They knew the theory but didn't know how to make it work in practice. Of course, fields like medicine, law, and psychology can't be learned through online courses. But even in medicine, for instance, if you are a surgeon and a new technique comes out, you won't know where to learn it unless someone is offering specialized training. It is not technically an info product, but it is still an educational opportunity, just not like a traditional one. Martina's point is absolutely justified and rational. The truth is, a lot of the things you can learn from info products aren't available at traditional universities. Research shows that only about 40% of the info products out there are genuinely useful, while the remaining 60% are just junk. And that's how scam coaching became so notorious. Honestly, there is a ton of nonsense in the info products business right now. Things like how to lose weight, get in shape, seduce, flirt, raise kids, vacation in Dubai, or buy a new handbag. So how do you separate the useful stuff from the rubbish? First, and most importantly, you've got to use your head, not your emotions. Our guest will share some useful tips and explain how to recognize the right info product.
Столько лет я за ними наблюдала.
After following them for so many years, I was completely let down. These so-called big names, these huge companies claim they are the best, but when you show up, in reality, it's all fluff. Korlan Abi often buys info products from so-called mentors. She's careful, checks things thoroughly, and trusts well-known figures who sell these courses. But still, she's been let down by scams and empty content.
У меня, наверное, две самые такие явные.
I've got a couple of stories from the last couple of years. One of them happened just recently. In November, I signed up for what was advertised as a strategic session.
Стратегическую сессию. Я увидела.
I had seen the ad and I'd been following this company and its well-known figure for a while.
Но на Инстаграме.
They seemed to offer a lot of valuable insights on Instagram and in interviews, so I was interested.
На эту стратегическую сессию.
The session promised to tackle real problems and teach how to strategically build a team.
Как нужно стратегически.
It costs 100,000 tenge.
Команду. Это стоило.
When I got there, about 20 people showed up.
Туда собралось почти 20.
The slider started and the guy just kept talking and talking. I kept thinking, when are we actually going to get to the strategic session? Then we had a coffee break.
Пошел кофе-брейк уже. А он все... То есть это был мастер-класс. Тот самый мастер-класс, который, учитывая, что
It turned out to be a masterclass, not a strategic session.
ведет, это, наверное, при этом, при всем...
And given how famous this person was, it was probably worth no more than 40,000 tenge.
Я и ребятам высказал свое недовольство.
After it ended, I told some of the others how disappointed I was. We stayed and talked about it.
И говорили о таких интересных...
Turns out, this exact and same masterclass had been offered online before.
Точь-в-точь говорил то же самое.
Some of the girls who work in furniture had attended this online session, which was a pretty affordable fee.
Который стоил там какая-то, такая незначительная.
Now they were selling the same thing, rebranding it as a strategic session and charging 3 times the price.
Продавали его втридорого. Столько лет я за ними наблюдала.
After following them for so many years, I was completely let down.
Такие громкие люди.
These so-called big names, these huge companies claim they are the best, but when you show up, it's all fluff.
Приходишь к ним, а на самом деле пустышка.
The most shocking part, everything he said was just stuff I'd already heard on his Instagram and in his interviews.
В Инстаграме.
So I paid 100,000 tenge just to hear what I could have heard for free on Instagram and in interviews.
Во всех интервью.
You can take your family to the beach, or you can sit there counting the last few coins until payday. What do you really want? Or I found emotional peace and harmony, nothing bothers me anymore. These phrases probably sound familiar to most people, and the truth is there aren't many like them. They aren't random because they are part of a method called audience warming. They make us into perfect little products for sale, convincing us to admit our worthlessness, our financial struggles, and our lack of femininity. It feels scary, like the world is falling apart, but don't worry, all you have to do is buy the info product and everything will be fine. The main tools of audience warming are: first, identifying the problem. This is where they dig into your pain. No apartment, no vacation, no decent job, that's your problem, we know it. Second, building trust. This is all about storytelling. You are poor and miserable, but soon you'll be the king of the world. Third, creating exclusivity and hype. I didn't plan on it, but you've all been asking. I only have 2 tickets left. Actually, no tickets at all? Well, okay, I'll make an exception for you. These are the tricks they use. How can you not fall for it? By the way, the most popular areas people flock to are sales, women's personal growth, and SMM. Last year, I found myself in a similar situation again, and this time it cost me 1 million tenge. There is this guy in Astana who claimed that if I signed up for his personal mentorship, this was a masterclass. He could help me build my personal brand, streamline my business, organize my social media, and essentially package everything for me. During the masterclass, he promised a whole year of support. Time goes by, and the first lessons were on color psychology and some debates. I thought, alright, maybe this is just the warm-up. I've got a whole year ahead. Then the March holidays came and everything kept getting cancelled, one after the other. So I messaged them asking, when the next lesson? They told me, someone will get in touch with you. I kept asking, when is the next lesson? When is the next lesson? After about a month and a half of constant follows up, his assistant finally told me, your time's up. Apparently, 2 months had gone by. I was left feeling pretty frustrated. And this guy, he's still at it. I think he's now working in directing or making commercials. Is a skill-building course also an info product? Exactly, but from a methodology standpoint, the outcome, the promise of the product can vary. One promise could be, I'll teach you a skill and you'll master it. Often they tell you you'll make a lot of money. Some teach you how to make money while others focus on making real change in your life. Shifting your mindset, everything related to coaching, psychology, and personal development. There are different promises depending on the product. So that I won't feel insecure, I'll be confident, fabulous. Olga Jansen is a member of the International Coaching Federation, a speaker and a mentor with extensive experience. In her info products, she teaches how to become a coach and how to sell your expertise. She's upfront about her courses being expensive, but assures they are worth it. Did you study anything related to this? Absolutely. Coaching and mentoring teach you how to guide someone from point A to point B. And with my 10 years in marketing and PR, when you combine those skills with producing, promoting a personal brand and knowledge sharing through mentoring, it creates a ton of experience and results. Olga, what types of info products are there?
целом первый уровень.
The first level is consulting, where an expert shares their knowledge through consultations. Then there are recorded courses, but that's usually a mass market thing, which is why they get so much hate. People record something, hand it out to the masses, but there is no consideration for individual needs, how they are going through the course, what they're actually doing with it. The current trend is moving towards smaller focus groups, where an expert works with 8-10 people, tests out their program, refines it based on results, and then scales it. Some experts stick to individual coaching, while others prefer working with larger groups.
Кто-то остается также в индивидуальном формате. То есть
The main issue with infoproduct is that people with little experience jump in too quickly.
форматами и группами. Главная проблема инфокурсов.
The Dunning-Kruger effect shows that when someone's just starting out, they have an overabundance of confidence. But with experienced entrepreneur, the ones we work with who have 10 to 15 years of experience, their main frustration is that less experienced people are so loud, so confident. They teach with enthusiasm while the experienced ones sit back and hesitate. That's a real struggle for truly skilled experts. And that's why our mission and the mission of our company is to help those experts who genuinely have something valuable to share, but they often struggle with imposter syndrome, holding themselves back. They are the ones who should be teaching, but they hesitate and stay in the background, afraid to fully step into their power.
Грубо говоря, не идут в свою проявленность.
У каждого уважающего себя
Every respected speaker or instructor usually offers a low-cost product first. It's something you can buy, try out, and decide if it's right for you. Once you are in and you see it aligns you with your goals, you'll likely invest in the more expensive course and start learning. We are all searching for our purposes, right? These affordable courses help with that. The timing is also great. Today you can learn to be a designer or marketer in as little as 2-3 months. Then you are already out there making money. That's why Infocourses work so well. They focus on practical experience from day one. A good speaker will have you working hands-on during the course, so you are actually earning while learning. And in the process, you can figure out if it is the right fit for you. You might decide to take your skills further, level up, and explore more courses. Or you might realize it's not your thing. The good part, in 4 years, you are only out a few thousand, not millions, and you've learned valuable skills either way. Now, every course includes time management and goal setting. People are becoming more self-aware. More knowledgeable. These days, you could be talking about psychology with a friend. Back in the day, you'd think, no, only psychologists talk about psychology. But now, we all get into it. The truth is, the best experts are kind of robbing the world by not showing up. There is this old mindset. Those who need it will find out in their own. But that's not how it works. People find you if your marketing is on point. Experts have been taught to be great at what they do, but no one told them they also need to be good marketers. They need to know how to sell themselves. That's where the real work lies. Building your personal brand, but not like bloggers or influencers do it. Blogging and marketing influence are two completely different things. The other part is learning to share your expertise. You wouldn't believe how many doctors have started their own courses to help colleagues advance. They are spending millions traveling abroad to get the best education, learning from integrative doctors, and they realize their knowledge is worth sharing.
Действительно, если говорить о курсах,
When it comes to infoproducts that actually teach valuable skills and knowledge, they can be a great option for quick education delivered in simple terms by experts themselves. By the way, when you launch educational courses, it's crucial to remember that everything in this area must comply with the laws of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Running courses means following a set of rules like registering, paying taxes, and respecting copyright laws. Failing to follow these regulations actions can lead to serious consequences for both your business and your reputation. According to Article 24 of the Law of the Republic of Kazakhstan on Education, those providing educational services must comply with state standards and licensing regulations. This ensures that courses are not only legal but also of good quality. We are hopeful that in the near future, licenses will be issued carefully only to those infoproduct creators who truly deserve them. And to wrap up, here is a quick reminder about how to draft contracts with infoproduct authors. Remember, it's a service provided by the instructor to the client. The contract should specify the services provided, class schedule or course content, like for example 10 training videos along with the payment amount and refund terms. According to Article 35 of the Law of the Republic of Kazakhstan on Protection of Consumer Rights, if a consumer finds any faults, they have the right to ask for them to be fixed, get a discount or request a redo of the service. It is worth noting that when a consumer wins such cases, it's seen as a huge deal, almost a sensation, not just in Kazakhstan but everywhere. It doesn't happen often. And lastly, I want to stress, don't be afraid of expert-led infoproducts where the knowledge is clear and taught by professionals, but always check things thoroughly and be cautious of making impulsive purchases.
покупок.
Как мне различить?
How can I tell if something is just fluff or real knowledge? We are not saying all infoproducts are scams, but we need to draw a clear line.
Вот этого нельзя путать.
The term scam coaching has caught on so quickly, and unfortunately, it gives everyone a bad rap.
Тень абсолютно.
Now, anyone selling something online gets labeled as one.
Либо продает в интернете, да?
The first thing I do is check the person's experience. Do they really know what they're teaching? The next thing is proof. If someone claims they can teach you how to make money, show me the statement. Is it legit? Because often it's a scam.
Второй момент. То есть
A bank statement, you mean?
Ну, конечно.
Да.
Вообще делает ли человек результат?
Exactly. The question is, does the person actually get results? Right now, everyone's boasting about making 2-3 million. Sure, they might have done it once by chance, but we don't know the backstory. Reputation is key here. It's a tricky subject, but usually, no matter how much we build our personal brand, people still come to us through word of mouth. If someone gets good results, they tell a friend, and that builds trust. But nowadays, word of mouth isn't enough, so marketing is still a must. So what else should we look for? Have they achieved real results before? Look for case studies. Any serious person selling knowledge should have a dedicated page or website with reviews, and ideally you should be able to check out the people leaving them. We are not hiding anything, we tag people. You can contact them directly. So go ahead and message a few people who've taken the course and ask if it was really worth it. And of course, video testimonials are the best proof. What's the future of infoproducts? They're not going anywhere. The traditional education system around the world is struggling to keep up with the pace of change. Even universities can't seem to implement new methods fast enough. Now, while I am all for classical education, the reality is that infoproducts business is booming, and it's only going to get bigger. People want quick results. Why spend 4 years in school to learn how to run a restaurant when I can just go to an experienced restaurateur and they'll show me the ropes and guide me along the way? The world is changing fast, so this sector will keep growing, but it will need more government oversight.
Пока я готовилась к
As I was preparing for this episode and talking to our guests, I kept thinking of lyrics from a song. As long as fools still walk these words, we'll live by trickery for what it's worth. Dear viewers, please don't fall for scammers' tricks. Use your head, not just your emotions, and go ahead and get this wonderful new knowledge for yourself. This was Zaman Trend. I'm Aygul Mukey. See you next time.
сами эти прекрасные новые знания. Это был проект Zaman Trend и я, Айгуль Мукей. До новых встреч!